Hey, hey, hey. Welcome to another episode of Moments with Mo. I am your hostess, Mo, and today we are talking all things intentional talk. Now, I love this subject so much because I am a advocate for being intentional with everything that we do in this life. When we were younger, if you were like me, we did things without thinking. We were carefree. We lived life. What's the saying? YOLO, you only live once. Yeah, we lived by that. But as you get older and as you mature in this life, you understand how important it is to be intentional with not only our behaviors, but our thoughts and our words and those things that we pursue in this life. So let's break down the word intentional. And I want you to remember something. Your time, your energy, and your space is extremely valuable. Treat it as such by being intentional with everything you do. Let's get into this. I identify what you want. What are you aiming for? You see, it's very important for you to know what you're aiming for in order to know what you need to do to pursue those things. Are you looking for a better vision for yourself? Maybe some better relationships? Or maybe you're looking for more fulfillment and peace in your life. This is what I want you to do. Sit with yourself. Ask yourself, what do I want? Allow your inner voice to guide that conversation. N, no is not an option. Stop telling yourself no. You'll probably say, well, I don't say no to myself. But if you think about it, sometimes we say no with our words, but sometimes we say no with our actions. Sometimes we even say no with our thinking and our mindset. I want you to take inventory with the things that you've been telling yourself. Listen to your thoughts. Pay attention to your actions. Take inventory of your words. Are you saying no to yourself? T, thinking. Get rid of stinking thinking, sis. Be deliberate about the things that you think on. Reverse your stinking thinking by introducing new thoughts. I can remember a time where I was combating the self negative talk so hard that the moment a negative thought would pop into my head, I would literally speak out of my mouth the opposite of what it was. If a thought entered my mind to say that I would never live up, I would speak out of my mouth, I am more than capable of accomplishing this thing. I want for you to really think about and list out all of the good and bad thoughts that you've had over the last 24 hours. Which side is greater, the bad thoughts or the good thoughts? Now, for every negative thought that you can identify, I want you to counter it with a positive one. E, engaged. You must be willing to remain engaged. Now, we're talking about being intentional. So, in order to show up with intention, you have to engage. You ask me how? Do self check ins. Take a moment and walk to the restroom or walk outside and check in with yourself. Take time to do this often. Here's what I want you to do. Determine and establish a routine that works for your life that allows you the opportunities to check in with yourself 3, 4, maybe 5 times a day. It only takes 5 minutes, but the check in will give you an opportunity to tune in. No need to be neglectful. Don't waste your time, your energy, or your space with things and people who don't serve purpose in your life. If they're not contributing to your overall success and happiness, sis, they gotta go. I want you to do this. Take inventory of all of the energy suckers in your life. Determine what things can be eliminated in order to protect your energy and your peace. And you have to be real with yourself. You also have to be willing to let some things, some situations, and some people go. This is what I want you to do. Spend some time truly evaluating if there are things and people in your life that are resulting in you being neglectful with your time and your space. Are they helping or hindering your progress? This is where you got to be real with you, sis. T, taming that tongue. Ooh, this is a tough one for a lot of people. We've all heard that life and death is in the power of the tongue. That simply means watch your mouth. You see, everything that we speak, we give life to it. We send it out into the world with a vibration, and it has a boomerang effect. So what you send out is what you get back. You don't have to speak everything you think. Remember that the first T was thinking. So if your thoughts are sloppy, 9 times out of 10, your words are going to be sloppy. So don't speak if you don't have anything nice to say. That is about you or anybody else. I, incorporate stillness and meditation, quiet time, and prayer time. This is one of my favorites. This is the lifeline to your peace and your balance. Make time to be still and listen. How can you be governed by that still small voice if you're not even familiar with it? If the only voice you hear day in and day out is your loud and audible voice, Houston, we have a problem. When you're being intentional, it means that you're being discerning. In order to be discerning, you got to be able to hear. In order to hear, you must listen. In order to listen, you must create the space to tap in. Prayer is when we speak to God, but meditation is when God speaks to us. If the voices are too loud, we won't be able to hear him speak. I want you to do this. Create a sacred space for you to pull away from the world, to be alone and tap in. Make this a daily habit, even if it's just for 10 minutes. O, operate from a space of love and gratitude, giving rather than receiving. You see, when we sow seeds of love, gratitude, and giving, we are sowing seeds that will produce a harvest. Have you ever noticed how giving always uplifts the heart? I don't know about you, but I love to give. And oftentimes the satisfaction comes from knowing that I have had an opportunity to make a difference in someone's life. I want you to do this. Be a blessing to someone that you come across every day. It doesn't matter if it's a smile, a financial blessing, giving of your time, whatever it takes. Sow the seeds of the harvest that you're looking to produce. N, never get stuck. We're talking about being intentional with our lives. We can never get stuck. And unfortunately, most of the time, people who find themselves just drifting along with life is because they've gotten stuck. They got stuck in old habits, old ways, old mindsets, old routines, you name it. You see, we have to understand how important it is to shake some things up. No one, and I do mean no one, likes the same old, same old. I want you to do this. Find an area in your home, and I want you to change some things up. Cause a disruption in your space. Change your routine. Change the way that you travel back and forth in your day-to-day operations. Hell, change your panties. A, active. You must be active. Remember, I talked about vibration being high or low, depending on how intentional you are. Well, becoming active, it shakes up the vibrational frequencies within our bodies. Being active, it means doing the work. Being active, it means pushing forward. Being active means moving your body and moving the energy within this vessel that we have been given. Remember that faith without works is dead. It's one thing to say that we are waiting for a blessing. We are looking for a blessing. We are praying for a blessing. And it's another thing to actually be pursuing and allowing ourselves to move towards the blessing that we're looking for. I want you to do this. Make a commitment that you are going to do the work. Create affirmations for yourself. Set a routine that incorporates you moving your body and your energy. Open your mouth and use your words to set the intentions for your day. L, laser focused on the goal you want to achieve. The one who runs with blinders on are uninterrupted from distractions. When you think about horses that race, they typically have on blinders. And I remember watching a race and wondering what those were. It was a long time ago. And a wise man told me that the purpose for those blinders is for the horse to not be able to be distracted by the horse beside them and how they run their race. And I thought that was very interesting. When we run our race with blinders on, we have the opportunity to remove the distractions from our view. Stop being overly concerned about what everybody else is doing. I know that it's difficult when we have social media at the palm, at our fingertips, just every day. But I want to challenge you that just because that outlet is there doesn't mean that you have to engage in it. Stop putting yourselves in situations that create opportunity for you to be distracted by what everybody else is doing. I want you to do this. Put your blinders on and run. Thanks for listening. Until next time, this has been Mo.